I'm going to review and make a tier list on every one of my viewers' names. So first up, we got Retrograde. Wow, you spelled it wrong, but I think that's a pretty cool name. I don't know, there's not much to say. It just feels kind of cool. A tier, I guess. Aconitum Bloom. Now, in the like Google submission whatever thing, they actually explained it in how Aconitum is like the werewolf flower or something, and that's cool, but you're kind of trying a little too hard. We're gonna put you right there. Wing/Wing832. It has a good ring to it, get it? It's a rhyme. And it sort of has like an Xbox auto-generated username feel to it, which isn't bad. It can be cool sometimes, and I think this is a time that it is cool. The iTop. Now with this name, I know the backstory of the iTop. I know what the iTop is. It stands for the Icelandic Tower of Power, and I gotta be real, it kind of sounds like a name that a 10-year-old would make and say, oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. I am 13 years old. I had no spelling mistakes there. ODI Seth. Another one where I actually know what that stands for because I know this guy. Now the name ODI Seth on its own still goes in this is so cool, I am 13 years old, because most people, no, I don't know what that means. But I did get the explanation from him when I asked if it is Odie Seth or ODI Seth, because it looks like Odie. And he's like, oh, it stands for Oh Dear It's Seth, because he's a deer furry, I think. So it's like, oh, that's actually kind of cute. But most people aren't going to get that. You're trying a little too hard. EXDF. I know this guy as well, and I know that it's not an acronym for anything. I forget what it actually means, but I just know it's not an acronym. So I think it sort of avoids the this is so cool, I am 13 years old and try hard tier, because it also just sounds cool. It's cool, you know? Maybe we should just rename A tier from A to cool, and that's where this one goes. Multiplied Tuna. I actually kind of like that one. That one's just fun. You get a B tier. There's not much to say. It's just good. The Anthinator. I'm sorry to say it, but this is so cool. I am 13 years old. The Mine Master. Whoa. I think we got to make a new tier for this one. This is so cool. I am 9 years old. Regular Duck. I think this one's pretty fun. It's cute. It's just a duck. You're a regular duck. There's nothing special. You're just a duck. You're not special, regular duck. But I think it's cool. I think it has a nice ring to it. If I got matched into a Valorant lobby with a guy named Regular Duck, I know that I'd be in good hands. I think he's like in B tier. I think these are about the same. Saint Evan. Now there's another guy that I know pretty well, and he always puts it as, you know, the abbreviation of Saint, so it just looks like Steven, because his name is Steven. What a leak. And it's like, this is a cool pun, but not really. This is so cool, I am 13 years old. Bone T. This one's got a good ring to it. This is one where, like, you ever see those usernames where you look at that and I'm like, man, I kind of wish I came up with that. That's a pretty good one. It's like, that's kind of this one. It's cool. Lord Football 56. Well, we've got a tier for you, buddy. Xbox auto-generated name. Gambo. Of course I know Gambo. This is CJ. Hello, CJ. You gotta say in the comments, CJ. Say hi, CJ. Everyone check below, see if CJ said hi. All right, thank you. Now, Gambo actually kind of has a story behind it that I take partial credit for the name Gambo. So when COVID was a big thing, Gambo and we had a quote book among our group of friends, and one of his quotes, I was going back through them, and one of his quotes was just randomly the name, or I guess it wasn't a name at the time, Peak Gambo. And we're all thinking, what the fuck does that mean? And he thinks that it's because he was talking about Ganondorf in Smash Bros, because that was his main, because he's an idiot who mained Ganondorf. I don't know what the actual origin was, but he stuck with it for some reason. He was like, oh, that's going to be my tag now. So for a while it was Peak Gambo, and then he dropped the Peak, and now it's just Gambo. And it's like, yeah, it's pretty good. I'd put it in B tier. It's decent. I like it. Whoa, subscribe today. That's an S tier one if I've ever seen one. I mean, it starts with the letter S. It's true. You should do it. Yeah. Royson Anton, are you sure you just didn't give me like your real name? Like, this was for usernames, my guy. I am going to put you below the tryhards because you didn't try at all. But, I mean, it still sounds pretty cool. Royson Anton. It's got a good flow. The Real Microphone 13. I've actually kind of always wanted to know the story behind this. This guy's in a few videos. He's Alex. One of the Alexes. There's two of them. And it is very Xbox auto-generated. Or at least I assume. It seems like it. If you have a number in your name, you kind of just automatically go in this tier. Merplederp. It's fun. It's cool. It sounds nice to say. But I kind of feel like I've seen it before. It just seems like a username that I'd run into on Minecraft back in the day when I used to play Minecraft as a little kid. I feel like I met a Merplederp. But probably not. It's just the name is kind of generic. It's good, but it's kind of generic. Card. I like this one a lot. This one just, it's cool, but I think it's a little cooler. I think this might be our first real S tier, except for this one, which is totally real, and you should listen to what whoever sent this said. I think card is just like, you're too cool to have anything else as your name. It's just simple. It's just card, and cards are cool because gambling is cool. I don't think I'm allowed to say that. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm gonna cut all this out. Card is cool. Card goes in S. The Elijah Tube YT. This is so cool. I am 9 years old. DWOM. What the fuck is a DWOM? I think like it's a good username, but it's kind of generic. Hamification. I think this one's good. I mean, that's what I have to say about a lot of these names. They're all just good. Like none of these are bad, but this one is also just kind of, it's just good. Good job. You made a good name. It's not embarrassing. Mango Cat 94. Another for the Xbox auto-generated name. Maybe this shouldn't be so high. Maybe we should put it like right there under try hard, because at least they tried. You guys just kind of said, oh, yep, that's a good name. But Mango Cat's pretty good. I mean, you weren't the Xbox kid who played Call of Duty. You were the kid who played Minecraft, but pretty good username, I guess. I don't know. Deuce of Diamonds. I also know that they said on the sheet that it's sometimes just Deuce. Pretty good. But what I think about when I hear Deuce of Diamonds, I think about diamonds in Minecraft. If that's the explanation, I might have to put it down here. Doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that you're 9 years old, and that's pretty cool. Wait, no, that didn't come out right. Okay, never mind. I can't put it in that tier anymore. B tier, I guess. Chrono Saga. This is kind of try hard, because it's like, it's one of those usernames where you look at it and you're like, this is a reference to something, I can tell. But I don't know if it actually is. It sounds like it though, and it's kind of try hard. Chuki is how I think I'm supposed to say this name. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty cool. Awkward. I like Awkward. I like this one. It's a lot of fun, but I do think it's kind of generic. But good job. You made a good username. It's just everyone else in the world could have come up with this. M3Lo. This is simply keyboard splatter. Blue Boy 25. I am 13 and this is so cool. BestDongleWenis. Now I know for a while that it was BestDongleWenis until we had a stream where you had a change of heart, and that I kind of take responsibility for the change of the name. It's a little bit inspired by me, I don't know. That might give you some points. But DongleWenis is like a pretty good username. I think that's just kind of funny, because everyone knows what you're trying to say. So I assume I'm supposed to pronounce it D-Sync. I know that it's sometimes D6. I've seen them on Twitter. And I think this is a pretty good one. This might be another S tier. I just think it's really cool. I mean, I'm calling all the ones in S tier cool when there's a cool tier. So maybe I should just get rid of it. But I feel like these are a little bit cooler. Like, these are super cool. Aquag. This one is just, I don't know. A lot of these I don't have a lot to say about, but I think it's B tier. I think it's pretty good. It's kind of weird, which I kind of like weird usernames that are weird. Yeah, I'm so good at talking. I like it. Glass of Milk. This one is pretty cool. That's pretty good. Again, I like it when the usernames are just things. New You. This one's kind of weird, but not in the good way. I mean, it's not bad, but it's like, it's not one of the weird ones that I'm like, yes, that is cool because it's weird. It's like kind of, huh. That's kind of weird to say. New You. It's just kind of a weird thing to say, but it's not bad. We don't really have just a tier for like decent. I'll make one. It's decent. Ramon the Crusader. This one's a few of them, because it's like, I don't like overly long usernames. They're kind of weird when they just kind of go on. It's also kind of giving me, this is so cool and I'm 13 years old vibes. I don't know. It's fine. Again, like, none of these are bad. And I feel like I have to keep saying that so people don't get mad at me. It feels kind of try hard, because you're like, oh, I have to make it sound really cool. The Crusader. Maple Jeshi. I love this username. I know this man. I think it goes in A tier, because when you hear it, you remember it. And I remember Maple Jeshi from the like 2 conversations we ever had, but I remembered the name Maple Jeshi. It might be more memorable than all of these ones and cool, so maybe it might deserve an S tier, but it's very memorable. Equan. That's just a real name, buddy. Pandemic Panda. This one isn't quite, I am 13 years old, this is so cool, but it's more like this was made in 2013, or this was cool in 2013, which I think has like a certain charm to it, because it reminds me of like an old Xbox name that you'd see. Hemodunum. I don't know what that means. Oh, never mind. It means nothing. Never mind. Hemodunum. It's decent. It's kind of try hard, because it's kind of like, what does that mean? Why is it so long? I feel like that's just where I put all long names or names with secret meanings, and maybe this doesn't have a meaning. Maybe it's just fun gibberish. Aether Paradox. So cool. I'm 13. Straight Up Cheese. This is like bordering the line of I am 13 and this is cool and try hard. I'll put in try hard. You're pretty cool, Cheese. Tamra Hot Pocket. It's just pretty good. A Hot Pockets tampon. That's not good. I know that It's the same person. That one's not as good. That one's kind of gross and weird. But this is a good username. Peanut Dragon. Good job. You made a good username. There's not a lot to say. It's just good. Super Z13. I think they literally said in the submission thing that they made this when they were 9. And that makes it. This is so cool. I am 9 years old. Stibwoods. Oh, a classic. What the fuck does Stibwoods mean? Like, I kind of want to put it in tryhard because it sounds like a reference to something. But what is Stibwoods a reference to? But it's also kind of generic. Because, again, I feel like it fits into one of those, you see them and you're like, oh, that's good, but anyone could have come up with that. But that's just me saying that because I feel bad about putting some of you down here. So really, I think it's like here, which, like, we can kind of slide it up to be like up here. It's cool. It's on it's sitting at the cool kids table. Maybe it's like people start to really like Stibwoods and then they move on to the cool kids table to the, I don't know, the fucking teachers table. What the fuck? It climbs the ladder. The name Stibwoods climbs the ladder all the way up to super cool. And I think that's where it should sit. Or maybe even it like climbs the ladder and it sits at the top of the ladder at Stibwoods tier, which is at the top of the tier list. This is the whole tier list. Here it is. Here's the username tier list. If you feel bad about where your username was ranked, just remember, it was your choice to make that your username. That's your fault.